big, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. You know what? Jamie hasn't got on yet. I just went ahead and pressed record because we're pushing the time here. I just sent him
Yeah,
another
yeah.
email. So here we are with episode 2 of Best in the Northwest. We're working on our second guest. We already got our first one all the way over in Qatar. Adulla Musa, Pumpkin Spice, my friend, man. We've been friends since 2017 Emerald Cup, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
yeah. That was a good show.
That was great, man. And yeah, man, how's it going over there in Qatar, bro? How you doing?
It's going well, man. The weather is great now. It's not super cold. It's nice, and life is good.
Yeah,
We've
dude.
just been done with the World Cup, so yeah, things are very easy and convenient over here,
Mhm.
There's no homeless. Life is pretty, stable.
You get to throw that one in there. I love it. I'm over here in like the homeless capital of the world, man. It's wild. It's unbelievable. Yeah, me and Abdullah have
Yeah,
some good conversations
we
about
don't, we don't have any
some
drug
things.
problems. Life is
Yeah.
pretty how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So like when you have a visa or dual citizenship, right?
I do have a visa, yeah.
Oh, visa. Okay, yeah, sorry. So like when you come over here, it's quite different. Is it like almost like a little like do you enjoy it or there's some shit that
I'm,
bothers
I,
you like from different from being Qatar, you know?
yeah,
Because
I
it's
don't know. I'm very used to the States because I spent most of my life in Oregon, a
okay,
lot of my,
okay.
so almost over a decade. And when I moved to the States when I was 16. So like I'm pretty used to both, but Qatar is different because, coming back to Qatar after all this time, Qatar has changed. The place that I come from doesn't exist anymore. They've
Hmm.
been through this like, huge development phase where they've, progressed so far, like it was kind of like, it's the future, but when I left Qatar, it was, very I wouldn't say it was, as sophisticated and as well developed as it is now. And now it's just, super futuristic. Like, they've got all the facilities and like, the new technologies and everything is shiny and super clean. And it's, a super rich country with, everything is, laid out and super nice and all the services are almost free and available. It is very convenient. But again, I'm used to the life in the States where, capitalism rules and you got to work your ass off and there is advantages to both. You get a lot more things to do because the States is such a bigger country and there is a lot more variety, so you have a lot more to do. There's a lot more things in all industries, whether it's business, education, whatever it is. You have more people, so you have capacity to do more stuff.
Hmm. Hey, brother,
So
can you see the Instagram pop up on your
yeah,
screen?
yeah, 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 totally, yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
You've got a
Yeah,
couple
man.
new followers.
What's that?
I said you got a couple new followers.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was just pulling. So you see yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, dude. I seen this picture the other day, and I was like, "That's a fucking awesome picture."
That
In
was in Cancun. Yeah, that was one. That
Cancun,
was
okay,
that was before I got my pro card. It was
nice.
that was during COVID actually because Mexico was one of the only countries you could go and they really didn't have any like restrictions or any mask bullshit and mandates. So it was
Hmm.
cool
Yeah,
to
let's
to
see
practice
here. Yeah,
freedom,
so I want to
during.
pull up a picture to let everyone know that you got some of the best glutes and hams in the IFBB, right? I
I
know
would
you're not
hope.
the humble. You're
I
not
haven't
going to
I
say
haven't
that.
made I haven't competed in the IFBB yet, but
Okay.
that's the goal. That is the goal.
So
Yeah,
as we're sitting here,
that was
go
in
ahead.
Germany. Right.
Oh, okay. So that was before the Arnold Amateur.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Way
So you were a
before.
little bit big. When you were a little bit bigger for the Arnold or the same size.
No, I was a lot bigger and it was the Olympia amateur. So I was a light heavyweight here. And then I moved up to heavyweight for the Olympia amateur.
Oh, yeah, man. That's superb freaking condition, dude. Uh,
that was also before. That was the same year that we did the one in Germany. But that was
oh,
also the
so
Olympia. That was also
what
the Olympia amateur. I think that was 2000, not sure.
would you place there?
2019. I don't think I placed. I was too small.
Okay.
I think
Dude, that's crazy. Okay, let's. Oh, so you just don't, you don't have.
that's why, I've always, even the one in Germany, I don't think I really placed because it was just like I guess my size wasn't impressive enough. So until I became heavyweight, that's when I was rewarded
Right
for the
here,
match.
right?
Let me see. It's not showing up.
Okay, it's a video. Okay, maybe it's because it's a video. Let me go back. Um,
Oh yeah. It is that one, yeah.
did the video show there for a second?
No. But because
Down the
yeah,
picture. Yeah.
there
Fucking
you
hella
go.
flexible too. This guy is one of the most flexible bodybuilders I know. He spends a lot of time on his flexibility. It's inspiring, definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, if you got to use it or you lose it. So that's,
Yes.
a lot of people think if you build up the mass, you lose flexibility, but that's not true because you know, and like, your anatomy doesn't not allow you to do certain movements. It's just you don't do that movement, and over time your body get accustomed to that, and it just like it loses the use for a certain range.
Of course, yeah. I'm getting more and more into flexibility and range of motion and
Yeah,
training. Like,
the more you practice and the more frequently you practice, the better you become at it. It's just like everything else in life.
mhm. Yeah, like I did legs yesterday and I man, I got crazy depth on squats and leg presses, and I put my feet like way lower on the leg press than I ever had.
Yeah, I
And I
saw
was
that. That
surprised.
that was very
Yeah,
impressive.
I posted a little picture of it. Yeah, I'm gonna post a video tomorrow, but it felt great, man. I'm all about like full range of motion now, and I've always been, but I think as we get older, we just get more in like we just get better at training, more stickler
Yeah,
with our form and whatnot.
absolutely. It's a
Yeah,
learning curve. You learn and you get better. I
yeah.
think I think my the picture you showed in Germany, that was my best conditioning ever, probably.
Okay. The one, the glute shot. Right? This
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, that's wild, dude. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
there's a few guys in the IFBB that have close, like Derek's glutes are striated like that, but they're more like deeper rivets. Yours are like more spaghetti. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. What's
um,
his name? The German guy, Fritz.
oh yeah, Roman Fritz. Yeah, he's got some pretty wild glutes. Yeah.
Yeah, he has very similar conditioning.
Oh, yeah, another brown guy, Beirut, the bunny.
yeah.
Yeah, the poor guy. He's been trying to come and do the Olympia. He'd be top 10 for sure.
True. Oh yeah,
And,
true. But the thing is that they don't give him the visa. That's his
yep,
issue. Yeah, true,
yep,
sure.
exactly. He's got those
Yeah.
wild like horse glutes, and they're like striated like top to bottom. They look nuts,
Those people in Iran, man, they're wild. They're just wild. It's very
dude.
sad that we don't get to see them like compete at a high level just because of politics. But I feel like
I know.
culturally, they really like their culture is all about like how like in the US people go wild for like football or basketball,
Yeah,
but in Iran I think it's like bodybuilding is very very well respected and it's a huge culture. It's like it's a very huge thing in their culture. So uh it's just very sad not to see them compete and do well because like when I did compete internationally, the Iranian team was always the most impressive anywhere I went, like whether it was the places that they were allowed to, like Korea, Georgia, like some
hmm
countries, they allow, there's no like animosities between them. So politically they allow the citizens to go and compete. And I've never been unimpressed. There was always like those people they know what's up. They and they always come in numbers. Like, they really love bodybuilding. And it's just very sad
yeah.
you see that,
How do you,
they cannot, you know,
how do you spell
put that.
Beirut? How do you spell Beirut?
Man, I have no idea.
Okay, I give up. But hey, wow, I just pulled up this guy. Let's see if I can find him again. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so this guy, he won the Arnold Amateur last year. I think he did the Emerald Cup with us in 2017.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just grown like so much since then, and he's super
Man,
bubbly. Not great condition. Legs are kind of but yeah, he won the Arnold Amateur last year, and he's doing the Arnold, so that's pretty nuts.
I thought
But yeah,
don't you like do the Arnold the same year if if you win the amateur?
yeah, I think the automatic qualification. Yeah.
Not qualification, but also you get to compete in the same
Oh
one the
yeah,
same year.
yeah. You can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
But
He
he
waited a
didn't.
year.
Okay,
He
that
waited a
that's
year, but
that is smart.
yeah.
Unless you're Andrew Jack or something stupid like
Oh
that.
yeah, Andrew Jackson. He's probably my favorite physique in the IFBB. But
He's very well put together.
so yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. I want to say he did the Emerald in 17. He was like a middleweight or a light heavy. He was way smaller, and he got like third or fourth. He looked pretty good, but like since then he's improved. I'm like, fuck yeah, he's doing.
Oh,
Um,
that's crazy. You're keeping you're keeping tabs of all the competitors. I had
oh
no idea.
dude, I'm like, I'm such a bodybuilding nerd, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's
me
see.
too.
So
But I mean, I don't notice these things, especially if he didn't if he didn't do well when we competed, then I probably and I don't think we he was like social, was he? Like talking or
no,
because
no, he
you
was
and me
very
were like
quiet.
just we were just having a good time backstage, and some people are just
Yeah.
complete assholes.
So if I had to pick two guys, this was one of my questions I was going to throw out. So I'll give mine real quick, and then
Yeah,
we'll my two favorite physiques, to be honest, are this, Quentin Beastwood, because I'm tall, man. I'm tall. I'm 6'1", so it's like you're gonna like
absolutely.
the guys that kind of have your similar taller
Yeah,
frame.
people you can relate to and look up
Yeah,
to kind of. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying. I mean, this guy is obviously 100 times better than me, but yeah. So I would probably say Quentin and Andrew Jack, to me, just the aesthetics, yeah, they look athletic, but like a bodybuilder and aesthetic, kind of
Yeah.
all at the same time. You know what I mean? Because
Small
they're
waist,
tall.
the small waist and the
Yeah.
nice taper. Yeah, thick legs.
hmm
I I
Um,
I really like Andrew Jacked. And and usually I don't like guys like him with his structure, but he's just impressive. There isn't like he cannot deny how awesome his
yeah,
physique is.
it's like, and he's so tall and long armed and like,
Exactly. He's just a
um,
titan, man. He's the real titan. Yeah.
he is, man. He should
Like
get into acting. He should get into acting or something, right?
his proportions are just, pristine. Like this just,
Yeah,
just perfect. And what's funny is it's only after like 3 years of like actual he's been training and he's also super flexible too. He can do the splits and um very, very impressive guy. But I think he's only been like, bodybuilding, like, officially bodybuilding for like 3 years.
yeah, that's freaking nuts, dude.
It's insane. So he's just made for this stuff. Like, look how round his shoulders are.
Yeah. Does that video play on your screen?
No, no, it does
Okay,
not.
I think so. It'll do anything but videos. Okay, so I can show pictures, but not videos. Copy. Okay. Yeah, man, he's incredible. It's funny too because you hear some people like, oh, like his legs need to come up, and like, yeah, obviously a little bit of everything could come up on this guy, but like his legs are fucking huge. Like,
On
what
his
are we
legs,
talking
yeah.
about here?
It's just
You
because he's
know?
like super tall. So sometimes when you're like, it leaves some gaps, in between. So it does not look, but they're thick, man. They're stupid.
Yeah, I guess you
And
could see
it's
it right there. Like, you could see it right there. Like, okay, like he especially on that left leg, there could be a little bit more of a sweep and stuff. But man,
but
that's
it's
a crazy
balanced.
ab tire.
It's very balanced, like, compared to his upper body
Yeah,
and lower body. Like, when you look, for example, at Big Ramy, his legs are, um almost overwhelming his physique. It's not
yeah,
too, too much, but it Andrew is much more balanced in terms of like lower, upper,
And
you
even
know.
even his arms, like for such long arms, they're thick. Look at that tricep and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely. There's a lot of muscle on that guy.
Yeah. And yeah, speaking of Ramy, you think he's going to come back this year? It looks like he's training to make a comeback.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I think he's over. I think he's not in terms that, that his physique is done, but I think like he doesn't have it in him anymore. I think he's just gonna
Yeah.
doesn't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Again,
but
and again for Rami, he does have nothing to prove. Like he've already won, he's proved himself, and politics got in the way, it seems like, and I don't think that he's ever gonna be rewarded the Olympia again. Kind of like, um what's his name? Kai.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right, man.
I don't
I don't
I think he pissed some people off and now they're just like,
yeah. Well, he really messed up by not showing up to that Pittsburgh, guest. Like
exactly.
everyone,
That was very disrespectful.
yeah, and just like no call, no show, and then just like, oh, I had COVID, and it was just seemed so fishy, man. Um,
Exactly. And when you're
it
at
was
that
weird.
level, you're the pro, you're representing the federation, you're the Mr. Olympia. You got to carry yourself a little bit better.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
nothing
Yeah, yeah,
against the guy. He's super awesome. He's super humble. Like probably
yeah.
the
Seems like a
nicest,
great guy.
probably the nicest, Mr. Olympia to ever win. But again, it's like, your actions too speak louder. So if you're not able to make these commitments as a Mr. Olympia, then you probably should not be a Mr. Olympia, regardless of your physique, because the title comes with commitment. It comes with a certain, like, expectations that you have to meet. And if you don't meet that, I think it's, whether you want to call it politics or not, it's part of the game. And you need to adjust yourself to where you fulfill all the requirements and expectations of a Mr. Olympia.
Oh man, I got to delete that. Oh shit, I got to delete that Vivek thing, dude. My bad. Yeah, I forgot I posted that. Fuck that guy. No, just kidding.
Um,
Did you see this post that I made?
oh no, I have not.
So this was
Oh man.
2020 Nationals compared to 2022 North Americans. Then I would say the negatives, I ate a little bit too much junk, leading carb loading a little bit, and my gut's a little distended in the newer one.
Yeah.
But the good thing is there's a little bit more mass in the. Looks like there's a little bit more mass in the arms and delts, maybe.
Yep. But that's always been your strong point. So
Yeah, exactly. Arms that I've been told I need to bring up. So those came up a little bit. I think my legs might have looked better in 2020, but maybe it's the lighting. You know how lighting is, dude. Like,
the lighting, the tan, and all, it affects things.
um,
Absolutely.
yeah, this was just yesterday. I'm right around 250 right now. I've been on TRT for a while, like about 7, 8, or about coming up on 7 weeks. And
Nice.
I know I'm coming off, a couple of, pre-contest cycles, but I was kind of happy, and I was thinking like, I think I can maintain a pretty good physique on like TRT, and it's just
Oh,
promising
definitely.
to me. It's promising to me because I'm 37, and I want to. My plan is to compete till I'm 45. Um,
Nice.
and so so like I'm just trying to
That's a good
keep
shot.
pushing some
Yeah.
size and stuff, and yeah, thanks, man.
The influencer butt shot.
Exactly. Thirsty shot. But yeah, anyways, long story short, I was just thinking, man, this is kind of cool. I think I could maintain like a 240, 250 pound, like solid physique on TRT. And that's just from when I retire, it just made me feel kind of good. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like you can maintain a lot with TRT. It's just about having, the right kind of nutrition and the right kind of exercise regimen,
Yeah.
balancing rest and workouts and cardio and all that stuff.
So
The
give me your true assessment. I mean, fucking, we've been doing this for years. I know what I need to work on, but just give me your true assessment. Like break me down. Like tell me what I need to get better at. So I respect your opinion.
Everything. You know, that's my approach.
Hmm.
Everything needs to be improved all the time.
Yep.
Uh, like, you know, I mean, some people like make it very complicated where they're like, oh, I need to improve the details on my legs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't think the muscle grows that way. I don't think your body develops that way. You either
Yeah.
develop or you know, you cannot like shape your biceps or like, you know, add a sweep to like whatever. You just add muscle and you just, you know, progress over time. Sure, sometimes you need to balance your shoulders with, you know, with your legs or, you know, things like that, but that's very obvious. But when you're at, you know, like, you know, our level, especially like if you're not pro yet, even at a pro level, like unless you're like at the very later stage, you know, you just need to grow. You just need to grow everything and make sure that
Yeah.
things are relatively in balance so you don't overdo one body part over the other. Uh, you know, but um there's always room for improvement any spot anywhere unless you're even like, you know, even at the pro, like when you like for example, let's take like Hadi or Derek for example. What do you think they can improve if they would improve?
Oh man.
You
Let's
see my
see.
point?
Derek definitely like needs to be harder from the front. He is the weirdest physique where it's super hard from the back and then hard and then
Again,
like weird.
again,
But
but
what?
how do
Yeah,
you
I know what your point. Yeah, I know
how
what
do
your
you
point.
approach that? How do you we cannot just be hard, you know, you cannot just work on, you know, I'm just gonna
That's
lean out
true.
front.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not like you can just get conditioning on your front side somehow. like,
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to get conditioned to the point that now your back is conditioned. You know, it's like
yeah,
you just have to keep coming at it. You have to keep doing it, doing it until you reach it. It's not like, oh, I can work on, you know, uh like, you know, getting my quads more separated. The only way you do that is you have to like diet and do more cardio or lean out more, you know.
right.
There is no
Yeah,
like specific, I don't know, because like it seems like people overcomplicate stuff. And for me it's fairly simple. I don't really concern myself with like I do concern myself like for example, like I've always been criticized for like having uh like, you know, a bigger lower body than my upper body. So like that's my imbalance there. So I'm always training I'm always focusing more on bringing up my upper body, and it's like, you know, it's it's mainly like the shoulders, the arms area that needs to, you know, I need to bring up more, but that doesn't mean I should stop training chest and back and don't develop those areas. I still need to develop my chest. I still need to develop my back. It's just I need to
hmm
like focus more on developing my, you know, shoulders and arms versus back and chest, but I still need to develop everything.
yeah. I think.
and
I
and the
mean,
and the
you're
body
100.
will never won't respond with just one. Like, you know, you have to train everything for your body to grow.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more muscle you train, the more capacity you have for growth.
Right. I definitely agree, man. I think if we could pick one body part, definitely my back needs to get better. But that's something that probably it's like a lot of dudes need to get their back better. But I definitely think the lower part of my back just needs a lot more meat.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. But it's also because I think you have high lat attachment,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
so you need to fill that you know, that area.
Right. I
So
still
look,
think that even though I did the two national shows this year, I still think that E Cup was my best look. I was just really full at E Cup. I wasn't probably as lean or like glutes were as strided, but man, Tim and I just were able to come in with this an all time fullness that really popped.
but you know, like again, it's like you cannot have everything. You know, when
Right.
you're like super dry and super lean, you're not gonna be as full. You can still, but
Yep.
and when you're super full, you're not gonna be as, you know, as dry. And when you're like super big, you won't be. So you gotta find the right balance between all you know, all the attributes to be in that where you look the best. So some people, I feel like some people don't look their best when they're like super shredded, but when they fill up a
Yeah.
little more and lose a little bit of, you know, the leanness, then they look even better. So it
Mhm.
all depends on how you look and how the judges like too, what the judges like. It's very
Yeah.
subjective. So, one day you have this judging panel, they will judge a certain way, and the other day another judging panel will judge a different way. So you
Yeah,
never know. You never know. It's a very subjective sport. So all you can do is just come in the best you can, the nastiest you can, and just, you know, be content with yourself. That's how I feel about competing. And like
yeah,
there's things you cannot change. People
right.
people have different opinions about everything.
Right. So you think your best look was the Germany show? You said.
No, my best look was definitely the one that won, but my
Oh
best
yeah, you were just
conditioning,
saying you were most peeled. Okay.
yeah, the most but that look didn't win anything. That look was not rewarded by whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. Exactly right there. Like, and that's what happened to me this year, man. I was just pushing the cardio way too much, and I flattened out, and I even looked less conditioned because I was flat.
Yeah.
Um, and
Well,
you
again,
know, like you said,
sometimes you look more conditioned, but you're sacrificing something else like size or fullness.
yeah,
uh and that will lose more points versus, okay, you can sacrifice a bit of conditioning and come in fuller and bigger, but then you win the show, or they have you might not be content with that look, like, because we're biased to what we like. I love conditioning, and I love being, like, nasty shredded. It's just, for me that's amazing. But
right,
sometimes that's what the judges want to see, so they want to see a balance between all aspects. So that's
right.
how I learned my lesson, because I've always been the most conditioned coming into shows. Like, that was my goal. That was like what I wanted. That's what I like, that's how I saw myself. That was my thing. I'm gonna come in like the most conditioned, but it's not a conditioning show.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
not
So
gonna win
yeah,
because you're the most
definitely.
ready.
So that's enough of me. They're gonna think this guy is so into himself. Let's get on another. What was? Let's give you. I'll say your top two. I already gave you my top two favorite physiques: Andrew Jacked and Quentin Beastwood. Let's hear yours, man.
I really like Regan.
Oh,
But
that's a surprising one.
but the thing is, he looks good on Instagram, but when it comes to real life, he doesn't look as pleasing. But Regan is one of my favorite physiques. I really like how uh his shape, his proportions, uh his
Bubbly.
fullness, the way the muscle pops, it's just, I like that shape a lot. Who else? I like his let's see. He had some pictures before the Olympia. They were really like nice.
Oh, Regan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wow, dude, his back is fucking nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So it's
his adductors like they're so good.
yeah. Yeah.
If he could just get I think with Regan, he's right up that top 10 cusp. If he could just
He just
freaking
needs
get,
to balance the fullness with the conditioning and all that
yeah,
stuff.
I
Like
think
look at
maybe, yeah,
yeah.
that's nasty, dude. Maybe just a little bit more leg size. His legs aren't bad.
Yeah. I just think he's very aesthetically pleasing versus, like, guys like, Hadi, and I love
Sure.
Hadi. He's also one of my favorites, but when it comes about, like, an artistic physique, something that's you want to call art, I feel
Yeah,
Regan is there.
and you can see, like, dude, he's got a fat to go still here. Like, if he comes in
Yeah. I
peeled, like,
wasn't very happy with how he looked at the show, but like
yeah,
coming up to the show, he looked very, very impressive.
I
And
wonder if it was
yeah,
too much
then
insulin.
probably, yeah, he does work with Milos, yeah.
Right. Look at that. Fucking look at those proportions. That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He has a very pleasing physique.
Yeah, I remember Jay Cutler saying, like, when he was first working with Regan with BPI and stuff, he was like, "Man,
Yeah.
this guy could be a Mr. Olympia if he puts it all together." Do you ever
Absolutely.
watch much of Regan's training?
No, look at that picture. Like the
That's
glute high. Yeah.
and look, dude, look at how dense those lower lats are. I'm so
Yeah.
jealous. Oh man, I have like no lower lats.
Yeah, he got the Christmas tree. That's something you don't see in many pro bodybuilders nowadays.
Right. But yeah, like I mean, he looked pretty good. It's just I don't know, just a little bit, push a little bit further, I think, for his condition, and I think he'd be all right.
Conditioning and yeah, and size as well. He does look small compared to the other guys.
And that's the thing, dude. And that's what's hard about being 6 foot tall, man. It's like Regan's fucking 300 pounds in the off season, and he's
True,
like 260 on stage, and he still looks
true,
small. You know what I mean?
true, true, true. And
Yeah. Same thing
but
with
again, like that's
Andrew
why he's
Jack.
also yeah. Look at the one with the next to Krizo too.
Let's see, Chris.
But yeah,
Oh, right there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a video. It might
yeah,
not show.
that's a video. Yeah, it will not.
Yeah. But yeah, him and Chris was a good battle, I thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, here's a nasty shot. Oh shit. Look at that. He's got great
Yeah,
calves too. Great calves.
true, true.
Oh yeah, that was one of the questions I had real quick before we get your other favorite current pro. One of the questions a fan submitted it. I can't remember the fan's name. I should have wrote it down. I just remember the question, and they asked, "Do they judge calves in bodybuilding?"
I really don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Just, I've never, yeah, I don't think they do, honestly.
Yeah, this
But
is
you don't
coming
want to
from.
have,
Go
you
ahead.
don't want to have, like, no calves too. That's not cool.
Yeah,
Because like who, I think Big Ramy didn't have any calves.
yeah, he didn't, and so did Ian Valier and Dennis Wolf.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah,
also like, let's think about like Olympia winners. Like there's a lot of Olympia winners with lacking calves,
yeah,
and
yeah. Brandon
again,
Curry.
it's something because when you're seated down in the judging panel, looking up, I don't think it's something that, it gets like probably forgotten, overlooked.
Yeah, I imagine it does as well.
Because you've got so much going on with like, shoulders, traps, chest, abs, thighs. And I think the calves are just get overlooked and they just don't get noticed for the
Yeah,
most. So for example, a guy like Big Ramy, when you have like super impressive quads and your eyes will not gonna tend to go down to your calves. The only Mr. Olympia that had great calves was Dorian Yates. That's yeah.
yeah. Actually, I will say, you know what? Phil and Jay had pretty good. I wouldn't say great cast, but good
They're
cast.
decent, but again, you're Mr. Olympia, so the you
Right.
cannot be
Yeah.
like I
But yeah,
just have
no,
good calves.
the only one with superb calves, you're right, is Dorian Yates. And
Exactly.
Arnold's were okay. They weren't superb.
They say they were implants. I'm not sure about that.
I don't think they had that kind of technology in 19 fucking 73. I always like that look, like this pose, like when you get really lean and that glute just dents in like that. It just looks so cool. I like that
Oh,
look.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, let's go to your other favorite physique. Who you got for that?
That's a tough one. I really love Hadi. I really love Hadi. I cannot just, he has to be there
Dude,
too.
I'm
Hadi,
glad you like Hottie because I'm a huge Hottie fan, man. And
Hadi is,
now that he's
and
been
also
showing
like
more of it, go ahead.
the underdog story of Hadi too. That's for me,
Yeah,
that's the most impressive, and that's very, very inspiring. He's
yeah.
he's he's a short guy, so I could relate to that. Um, and then he came from the 212 division. Like he's
Mhm.
the first one to do that. And then he inspired other 212s to come up, like Derek Lunsford and I don't know who else. Um, but he qualified for the two divisions, one in one of the Olympias. And he could have won the
Yeah.
212, but he decided to go for the open, which I thought was just a badass move.
Oh hell
He's
yeah.
I want to just be with the big guys. And then he proved himself. Like the first time he competed in the Open, he got second or third, but he won the People's Champ. Uh, yeah, he won the People's Champion Award.
That's right. Yep.
And also like his story, even like way before he got like noticed, like when he was competing at the 212 and even before turning pro, he was a nobody and everybody used to beat him around here. Like I wasn't around here during that time, but I've been here since living here. I've been hearing stories and everybody was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I used to beat Hadi. I used to beat Hadi. I'm like, dude, whoa, you know.
That's
But
crazy. Yeah. You said Ahmad Asghani used to smoke them all the
Yeah,
time. That's crazy
almost
because he's so much better.
every pro in the region. What's his name? There was a guy. He's from Bahrain. Sami Al Haddad. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah. I remember him, 212 guy. Yep.
yeah. He also used to be at Hadi like nothing. All the
And
guys. And
that's crazy.
he's the one who continued and persisted and continued and kept improving, and now he's Mr. Olympia after like, 10 10 years or so. But that's, it's just a very cool story, very
It is.
inspiring.
Yeah. And I think now that he's starting to show more of his family. He's got a beautiful family, by the way. And
Yeah,
he's starting to show more of that human side. People are really starting to go, oh, you know what? This guy's a fucking good dude. He's a family man. He's a
exactly.
fucking hard worker. He loves bodybuilding.
He's not the villain.
Yeah, he's not the Taliban or some shit, But yeah, it's like I don't think anybody in the world loves bodybuilding as much as Hadi does.
And again,
I
that
just,
comes from the culture. That comes from the Iranian culture. You
yeah.
have no idea how much they respect bodybuilding and bodybuilders. It's insane. Like anytime I meet somebody from Iran, or when I'm traveling, especially like doing competitions, they appreciate the sport so much. Like they live it. And it's like, like in the States or even here in Qatar, like we have to like, come to our like close-knit, society to be like to be noticed or to be appreciated. But I feel like in Iran it's much bigger. Like everybody like understands the sport, where there's a lot of misconceptions, and there's a lot of negative connotations about bodybuilding, and generally in our culture. I
Hmm.
feel like in Iran it's very respected and praised.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's really cool that he has like what, a 20-foot statue, like a couple statues, but one of them's like 20 feet tall over there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And,
That's
and that
exactly
just
what I'm
shows you
talking.
right there the appreciation they have for him. And I've been watching a lot of his YouTube videos lately, which have been fucking great because the guy trains like a savage,
And
stronger
that's
than
what I love about him. He kind of reminds me
yeah,
of Tom Platz in a way,
yeah.
with his crazy training style, and that's something
Hmm.
I love. I love I'm not a technical guy in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna hit this with this angle. I like to get after it and do the best.
Hmm. And
That's
like
how I
these are, I
feel.
mean, I might be wrong here, but like people got to understand, like these are like the descendants of like the fucking Persian warriors and shit, right? Like these dudes. I mean, I was talking to Mo Shaban at North Americans, who he's
Mhm.
a super nice guy, and he was telling me, man, he was like, listen, um, Middle Eastern have the best genetics in the world. And I was like, he was just like explaining it to me, and I was agreeing with him, man. I honestly think like possibly, maybe.
Could be, because it's a mixture, because when you think about the Middle East, it's right in the middle, and having the Silk Road and all the like all the conquests throughout the year. You've got the Romans, the Persians, and then the Islamic Arab Empire. So people like got mixed a lot in the
Oh yeah,
region.
yes, yes,
So you have all this like genes from all over the place, and concentrated in one. So it could be, I don't know,
yeah.
but
It was great. He went on like a 10-minute rant. It was great. He was naming all the pros and stuff, and I was like, dude, I totally agree, man. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Him and his wife have like a cookie company they started. I think they live over
oh,
here in the
nice.
States. And
Nice.
him and his wife
Where
are
is
really
where is
nice.
Moshe originally from?
I think he's Egyptian.
Egyptian. Okay. Yeah. Seems like it from the face and the
Maybe
name.
even though Egypt is in Africa, they still consider it the Middle East,
No,
right?
Egypt is considered the Middle East. It's North Africa. So North
Yeah, yeah,
Africa, West Asia is kind of the Middle East.
yeah. I don't know if I ever told you, but my heritage is mainly Italian and Greek. I think I've told you that before.
That's kind of Middle Eastern too.
Yeah, yeah. So hey, man, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well,
We're
my
brothers.
mom, yeah, right. My mom's very like what is she, northwestern European, so she's very white, and then my dad's kind of like darker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Italian looking. Yeah,
Mediterranean look. Yeah.
yeah. But
I
yeah,
mean,
man.
when
Go ahead.
Greece was under Ottoman rule for like what, 400, 500 years, I think. So,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that going on back then.
yeah.
So I think Mo Shaban's actually doing the Arnold, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for the Arnold coming up. That's it's going to be.
Is he I can't remember. Is he 212 or he does open? He does open.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
he does open. He does open. He's done decent. Huge quads, massive
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
quads.
yeah.
Um, I think he's working, yeah, working with Psycho Fitness over here.
Another Egyptian guy is Hassan Mustafa. He's very impressive. Speaking about quads.
Hassan Mustafa. Oh, yes. Yeah, God, he is so freakish, dude. That's another guy where he's like, does that guy have like myostatin deficiency or something? Like, you know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know,
He's so
dude.
thick everywhere.
This dude looks like he was made in the lab or something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy. But again, like that's also like another proof that, being overly muscular doesn't necessarily win you a show. It just does not look as aesthetic. He's
yeah,
probably the
yeah.
most like muscular, like mostly densely muscular guy out there. In terms of like density and size, he's very hard to beat, but he doesn't do good. And he really struggled to win the qualification for the Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, yeah. I know. He was close. So I want to say we were supposed to have Jamie on tonight. This is Jamie. We had a little technical difficulties. I'm going to get him on the next podcast, but I wanted to show him a little bit of love here real quick. Jamie is doing great, man. He took over a gym in Seattle and Everett, Big Iron.
Big Iron Gym. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he took it over and renamed it, but now the gyms are doing really well. He opened a third location
Oh,
in
I've been to two of his
Marysville.
locations.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, we both trained there in between prejudging and night show at the Emerald Cup this year. Remember that?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It has some cool shit. It's a little throwback to old school building, badass old school equipment, a lot of
Yeah,
different novels.
he does have nice equipment over there. And I like these kind of equipment. I like the old school, hammer strength, plate loaded stuff.
Mhm.
That's my
Yeah. So
jam.
Jamie is a pretty awesome bodybuilder. He very aesthetic. He's kind of right there on the verge of like classic and bodybuilding. He competed with me at the last Emerald Cup that I won, and he got third in supers. I thought he should have got second over John Ott, but
Ha.
John had a little bit more size, of course, but Jamie was more shredded and more aesthetic. But they gave John second.
That's another
But yeah,
one. John Ott is a good good bodybuilder. He's doing MMA now. I competed against him
yeah,
in the Portland Portland Classic.
that's
He was
right.
doing
Yeah,
he was doing heavyweight then.
dude, look at that transformation. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's insane.
So Jamie had a little bit of a past, and me and him kind of share a little bit of past, and we're going to go into that on our podcast. But yeah, like he kind of had a drug past and a little rough upbringing, and he totally changed his life around. And he told
I've
me he
heard
had like when he took over these gyms, he had like zero credit. But luckily, he has a wife. I'm not going to speak for him. Maybe I'll just let him tell the story. But he somehow just like got himself into this shit, and I think he was like an iron worker for a little bit, saved up a little bit of money, and I'll let him tell the rest of the story. But he went from that to one of the better bodybuilders in the Northwest and owns
yeah.
three freaking gyms, which we all know even owning one gym is tough. So I just want to.
That's very, very inspiring. But I feel like, most of us have had a tough upbringing. It's so you don't get to be, you don't get to learn to sacrifice and be disciplined unless you've got something that, conditioned you to be that way. Like people who
Yep.
have it easy and who have like, or born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I don't think they do some, with the right education and with the right education, they might get something. But I found out that most people who accomplish stuff, they usually tend to have, tough upbringings.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I've actually noticed that to get into bodybuilding, it's such a strenuous daily sport. Yeah, you're right. You kind of almost have to have, not for
Yeah.
everyone, but a lot of
Yeah,
us
exactly.
have.
But like as a general rule, People, it's not just in bodybuilding. People who are just successful in life, I don't think it comes out of a comfort or out of a uh yeah, it doesn't come out of a place of comfort. It comes out of a place of suffering and discipline, you know.
Yeah. So
I like
this was him at E Cup when he got third, and he looked damn good, man. Aesthetic, just could lose a little more muscle, but like good back, glutes were in. Like this is his best showing so far. He competed this year again, but I still think this was similar to me. The 2022 Emerald was his best showing.
yeah.
Very aesthetic,
Very classic look.
Yeah, I wonder if he's above the weight or what with that. You know. All right, cool. Okay, man. Let me pull up my questions that I
Yeah,
had here.
absolutely.
We've been going pretty good.
Have you competed against John Ott?
Yeah, bro. so, so I'm embarrassed to say that he beat me one time, and
It's not nothing to be embarrassed about.
well, it's just okay. Don, me and John get along, and we're cool. But he just, he has a reputation around the Northwest. He kind of screwed a lot of people over. He's really into himself. But I mean, hey, I get along with the guy. He's I don't have nothing to say about it, bad about him. But yeah. Whoa, hello. So yeah, what happened was Idaho Cup 2020. I went into that show and was looking really good. And honestly, I hadn't smoked weed in like maybe 6 months to a year at this time.
Yeah.
And stupid story, somebody that's been in bodybuilding for like 10 years, but I happened to, my brother gave me a ride to the airport and he had his little weed pen. I'm like, fuck it, I'll hit the weed pen. And I got so high, dude. And I just like ate nonstop for like a day, like way too much. And I fucking spilled over so bad. But, and John, I'll give it to John, 2020 Idaho Cup, he was fucking peeled. I'll give that to him. Not the prettiest physique, but yeah, he beat me just because he was harder. And I fucked around and ate my ass off a couple days before the show, which just sounds really ridiculous, but hey, it happened.
That's how you learn. That's how you learn.
Yeah. And I smoke a little bit more regularly now, so it doesn't really affect me like that. But man, when you don't smoke all the time and you just toss it in, oh boy, right?
Yeah, messes you up.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find. Well, we're showing John Ott some love here. Goddamn.
If you're talking about the best, if you're talking about the best in the Northwest,
Hey man, you know what? That's a good. I'm glad you said that. As much as people hate on John, the last few years, yeah, he was one of the best, man. Love him or hate him, he's a hard ass worker.
He does work very hard, regardless of the rumors and the stuff that people say about him.
Right. He's got way too much pictures for me to go down and find the fucking 2020 fucking Idaho Cup. But yeah, anyways, I got my revenge at 2020 E Cup. I smoked him.
Nice.
Yeah, he didn't get any first place votes, so I came back, got my redemption. But yeah, that was my funny story. I got beat, and he deserved to beat me that day. So
there you go.
Good time.
You can't have them all.
Yep. So let's go through a couple. Let's see. We already did the best two. We already did the Middle Eastern. Do they have the best genetics?
Stu, come on, like you got to mention Stu.
Yeah. Let's talk about Stu. Let's fucking talk. I'm a huge fan of Stu, man.
Yeah, Stu is my boy, man. Stu is my man.
Yeah, we got to show Stu some fucking love, dude. Stu and Ryan, they're both fucking good cats.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But Stu, man, I'm so proud of this guy, man. I remember Stu did Emerald Cup in 2017, and he looked like
he did
pretty
classic
terrible.
then. He did
classic. He did classic. I mean, he looked terrible. He just looked like a guy doing his freaking first show,
Funny, yeah. And
now,
like I remember a long time ago, like because we were both like mechanical engineer. We both studied mechanical engineering at OSU, and we started from this place. We both went to Downings. We both went to Dixon. And one time I was like, I think he was thinking about doing physique, and I'm like, dude, like what the fuck, man? You either go go all in or just, quit. Like, don't be gay. And then he's like, I'm doing open.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, man, he's like, I'm very, very proud of him, man. He came so far and so quick too. Like, the
You know,
minute he
he's got
turned the minute he turned bro, he meant business. He went after it. He got, second in one of the pro shows, and I think that's his best placing so far. Next year he should qualify for the Olympia. He looks
oh,
he
he
looks
will. Yeah.
he looks absolutely insane. The size,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, we used to train a lot together, especially when we were in Corvallis together. We both did the same, engineering program, and we both
Yeah.
came out of the same gyms. So it's very nice to see somebody make it
Yeah.
from
And you know what? And I'm so glad you brought up Stu. If this podcast is going to be named Best in the Northwest, here's your fucking crown right here. Because I don't
yeah,
think anybody can argue against that right now, at least.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
He moved
you
back.
know,
So he was in Arizona. So he moved back to Washington. So we could
yeah,
stay north.
I'm claiming him. I'm claiming him as a
Yeah.
Washingtonian, as a fellow
Yeah.
Washingtonian.
But he was made in Oregon first, so that what counts.
Right. We'll just top it up to he's a Northwest guy. The cool thing about Stu, man, is he's all over the place in media these days, bro.
No, yeah, he's doing very well. He blew up after winning when he won the pro card, was it nationals or USA's? USA's, I
USA,
think.
Mr. USA's, yeah. Right after he won the Emerald Cup, next year he went to USA's fucking
USA's
over.
sponsored. Yeah, 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 absolutely. And then his social media blew up after, and
The,
then he's been doing good with it. Like, he's putting a lot of content and stuff like that to stay active and be relevant
yeah,
in
I'm
in
glad
that
I saw
area.
this. I'm glad I saw this picture because, dude, when him and Hunter guest posed at the
Oh,
E
that
Cup,
was awesome.
that was fucking amazing. And I know, listen, Stu was like fucking, I don't know, 6 weeks out. And Hunter was like 14 weeks out. But
It was
man,
it
he
was comparable though. It was comparable.
stood toe to toe with Hunter in almost every body part, maybe besides back, dude. I was so impressed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Stu's size is just, mind blowing.
Yeah. And I think the reason he's getting so popular is like this picture. Number one, he's hilarious. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He has a great sense of
Absolutely.
humor. And what the ultimate thing I love about Stu is he is not afraid to fucking speak his mind. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
But that could get you that could
I know.
get you in trouble sometimes.
Dude,
You know.
he's said some pretty questionable things. I listened to a lot of his podcasts.
He does,
He's
and that's part of his character, you got to take it all. But
exactly.
no, he's a good guy. He's
Yeah, he really is.
and he always means well, even though he could be an asshole
No,
sometimes.
not even. I'm not even saying that he's being an asshole. I just think he says stuff that people want to say. He just has the balls to say it.
Exactly, exactly.
Like he'll call, like if somebody looks like shit, he's like that guy looked like shit. He wasn't conditioned.
Absolutely.
Like so many pros, and one of my biggest pet peeves. I listen to a ton of podcasts. Is everyone just kisses everyone's ass, even if they look bad, But like
Yeah.
we should. I don't care if somebody says I look shitty or I need to improve on that. It's bodybuilding. At the end of the day, like you should be
I mean,
able to.
when you're naked, like, semi-naked, you're like, you put yourself out there to be judged. So
Yeah,
you cannot take it bad when somebody actually judges you, because you
yeah,
put yourself out there to be judged in the first place.
yeah. And that's all. I think that's all really Stu does. Is just he's just honest and gives his opinions and says stuff that other people would hold back because they feel like they might lose placings. Where Stu just like says fuck it and does it.
That's one of the that's when that's 2021. Yeah, yeah, that was before the E Cup, I think, or
Yeah, that
after.
was when his physique really just started like taking off. Where you were like, holy
Yeah,
shit, this guy could do something. And then he put on like fucking 20 pounds in 1 year. It was nuts.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he went because he competed. He won the Emerald Cup as a heavyweight, right?
I think super heavy.
Oh, super heavy. So he was probably like 228, 230, and then the next I think USAC was close to 250, so he almost put on 20 pounds, which is
Yeah,
nuts in a year and a half,
yeah,
which is mind blowing.
he went big quick.
Yeah. And then yeah, so we're on this topic now, the best in the Northwest. So I'm gonna give like a top three here. I gotta go beef stew first.
You've got
And
Ryan.
I gotta throw my boy Ryan in there, man. I honestly think Ryan, if he could pull his get his stuff together.
He has a very aesthetic physique. He has, Stu is freaky. Ryan is more on the aesthetic side.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
I honestly think
Ryan enjoys posing, whereas Stu before he just used to do most musculars, but
yeah, I
now
mean look at
he
the
did
size
improve.
of the arm. His arms are massive.
Yeah, yeah,
And this guy, he's so fucking strong. Like he does weights that some of the strongest IFBB pros are messing around with.
yeah. He's a hard worker too.
Yeah.
I
Um,
trained with him a couple of times. He's a workhorse.
yeah. I honestly think if you had Stu and Ryan and they both were at 100%, I think Ryan would edge him out just because he's slightly more aesthetic.
You think so? Yeah, I'd
I don't
go
know.
with
It would be close. Maybe Stu might just have a little bit too much muscle at this
yeah,
point. Maybe. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Look at that transformation. Holy shit.
yeah.
He
No,
definitely has
that's
superior.
insane.
He definitely has great arms, man.
Oh, absolutely.
And what's funny is a lot of people online, of course, online trolls, man, they're fucking idiots, but they gave Ryan a lot of shit for him getting his pro card at nationals a couple years ago.
Everybody
But
does that. Everybody. I
everyone
got a
does
lot
that.
of shit too for getting my pro card
Exactly.
too.
But the thing is though, I know Ryan and I was, I'm close with him somewhat, and I was around him during that prep. He was dealing with so much shit. That was like a 75% Ryan. So I mean, if he still got his pro card at 75 fucking percent, that's damn impressive.
That's wild. Yeah, yeah, and especially
Yeah.
at the show he did, which was very competitive.
Yeah.
I remember that one, the Oregon Open.
Yeah. See, he was leaner here than his
Yeah,
pro card, but just not as
and
big. Yeah.
that's the point that I talked about earlier, where sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of this to get
True. Yeah. Yeah. And Ryan's one of those guys too, kind of like you. He doesn't carry a lot of fat in his glutes. So like they get striated like early.
Yeah, true.
Like he's like 12 weeks out or 10 weeks out and glutes are showing. Your ass, man, you got striated glutes in the off season, don't you?
Yeah, I always got striking. They never go away.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Those genetics, brother. Genetics.
It's hard work, man.
Yeah, there's a cool photo. Me and Ryan had some pretty sick workouts leading into that Emerald Cup. That was
Nice.
definitely when I first.
It's very nice working out with Ryan. It's really
Yeah,
cool. He does
he's
push.
solid.
Yeah, and it's like, very inspiring and motivating. And as
Mhm.
something, like training with somebody, you want to train somebody that pushes you. Like same with Stu. Stu is very competitive. Ryan is. Stu is very meticulous with his training. He writes everything down. He tracks
Yeah,
everything, which again, that's one of the things I picked up from him. Like, because I never used to do that. I was just like, do whatever and like, go by how I feel. But until I started writing things down, that's when, things really started to develop. I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
it's very important.
So yeah, I know Ryan's planning on doing possibly the New York Pro.
They're both
Isn't that
doing
the
the New
thing?
York Pro.
Yeah, they're both in New York Pro.
Ryan and Stu. I was supposed to be with them, but I got fucked
That's
with my
right.
knee.
Okay. Yeah, that's
But
gonna be it.
we were all planning to do the New York Pro. But I really hope they're gonna do well. New York Pro. Yeah, it's hopefully, first and second. That
Yeah,
would be
that would be nuts. Yeah, but like even like these like that front double archer pose is fucking
yeah.
fantastic on
He's
him.
he's a very good poser. I like how he poses.
Yeah, and just his
Uh,
arm. One of the things about Ryan is his arms are legit.
yeah.
Like when he hits that front double, he's got enough meat on his tricep to where the tricep hangs and enough size in the bicep where it's peaked out and
True.
fucking full.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't realize that on the front double, like it's mostly triceps. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That
Like,
what makes the biceps look big.
yeah, yeah, exactly. What do you think, man? Third, we'd have to really rack our brains here, unless you probably have some. Who would we put in third, man? We gotta put together like a quick top five before we end this pod real quick. For
One,
Northwest,
two.
we gotta think active bodybuilders because, like, if you want to get technical, like, yeah, Mark Dugdale,
Rob
fucking.
Chicano, maybe.
I don't know, brother. Um, no, you
Let's
got to
see
be
who else.
honest, bro. So let's see. I wrote down some names. I
Jerry,
thought I was the other day I was
Jerry
at work and
Braswell, but the other guys are gonna be classic. So I got my coach, Jerry
yeah,
Braswell, and Jesse Strand. They're up there too. Um,
yes, yeah. I need to have Jesse on soon. I talked to him. He's going to come on soon.
Jesse. We all
Yeah,
competed at the amateur levels at the same time. Jesse, Jerry, Stu, Ryan. We were all like, together, amateurs, and now we're all pros, which is nice to see, like in the Northwest, coming like there's a lot of upcoming athletes from the Northwest. Fuck, I can't remember. There was a guy.
all right. Sorry about that, guys. We lost service for a section. We're back on here real quick. So yeah, who else? You said you had somebody for. So we got Stu at number
Nick
one,
Nick
Ryan number two,
Cortez.
Nick who?
Nick Cortez. Nick
Okay,
Cortez.
let me look him up here.
I met him at the Omaha Pro.
He's from the
Um,
Northwest.
yeah, he's from Beaverton,
Yeah.
Oregon.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's a classic classic bodybuilder, and he competed against Jerry and the Omaha Pro in
Oh shit.
2019, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
That
Let me
was
get
that. But
my shared going here. One
to put it
second.
in the top three, I don't know. That's a
I
tough
know
one.
that's what's tough, dude. That's what's tough. It's like at this point, it's like, man. I mean, we almost have to put you in there, man, because I mean, you're a pro and you got superb conditioning, um, well balanced. I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you in there,
I
and then
would be honored.
I just think, man, yeah,
I've never competed against Ryan. I've competed against Stu at the amateur level.
yeah, yeah,
I
man.
think we went against each other in the Battle of the Eagle, I think, a long time
Okay.
ago.
So okay, yeah. So what was the dude's name? You know his IG name? Like, so I'm trying to search him here.
Nick, that's how I got him. Nick, Nick,
Yep.
then Cortese, space Cortese.
Okay. Like
I don't,
underscore. Like,
no, without underscore, just type in his name.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go, the first one. There we go.
Perfect.
There we go. He shut up.
Right.
I think at the show when he competed against Jerry, I think he did better. You see that photo with him and Jerry?
Oh yeah, I know this guy. I know this guy. Yeah. Crazy good upper body. His legs could be a little better, but man, he's damn good.
Yeah. He's not really active on social media and stuff, but he's a
Yeah,
very nice
I remember this guy. I know him from somewhere. I don't remember if we competed together, if I've just seen him around, but yeah, he's definitely
guy. Yeah,
fucking.
that photo before was with him and Jerry, my coach,
Yeah,
competing. Yeah.
yeah. Jerry's another guy we need to bring up. Jerry has got a crazy good physique.
He's super conditioned. He's
Yeah,
always,
he always looks good. He's
yeah,
another guy that opened up a gym down here that's killing it.
absolutely. Kamikaze, the
Um,
best gym. In my
Yep.
opinion, the best in the Northwest is Kamikaze. Just
You like it?
gotta put that out there.
Oh yeah, man. It's up there, bro. It's fucking. I mean, it's beautiful in there, man, and it's
Have
hardcore.
you been there?
Yes, I
Have you
went there
been there?
once for the when I went and watched him compete in the Oregon Open. We
Oh
trained there.
yeah. I
Jerry.
think the vibes there are just like really awesome. Beard Milk,
Yeah,
yeah, there.
And Jerry, I think Jerry's a little taller than me. Isn't he like 6'2"?
He he is tall. Yeah, yeah, he's taller. Yeah, and that's like his. That's why he's doing classic is because he's a bodybuilder at heart, but it's just it's very hard for somebody with that frame to put on as much
Yeah, look at
uh
that double. That's a good
muscle.
front double. That's a great
Yeah,
front double.
he
Good
has
back,
crazy
dude.
hamstrings too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, his hamstrings are popping.
yeah.
Do you know, is he chilling out right now, or is he for bodybuilding? Is he?
I think we're deciding to do something here soon, hopefully.
He
He
is,
was just
yeah.
like, starting the gym and building the gym and all that stuff kind of, gets in the way, especially with the kind of project he had going on. Like the
Oh
gym he
man.
built, it was huge. So that took a lot of his time and hopefully now, hopefully now he can come back into the bodybuilding. He lost a lot of weight while like working on the gym and making it happen. But now that he has his own gym, he could definitely come back. That was in Germany too. I think the lighting at that show was just amazing because we all looked,
Didn't
we
Dustin didn't Dustin Bias do that show with you
yes,
guys?
yes, yes, yes. Dustin was with us too. We all had the same. We all were living in. We all stayed in the same Airbnb, and we had just a fun time. It was such
Oh,
a
I
fun
thought that
trip.
was a fucking blast. Dude, there's nothing like going and competing with your buddies and just
Yeah,
fucking
dude, that was
eating
such a fun trip.
food, eating food, fucking just yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
And everywhere we went, we just, people would just like, heads were turning because like, what, what would you
you
just show
know,
up?
I think we should pay some respects to Dustin too. That he
Oh,
has an
absolutely.
amazing physique. I know he's semi-retired right now and he's not
Absolutely. Absolutely.
doing it. But I always said if Dustin would have kept going and he would have been, maybe loved it as much as me or you does, I
Yeah.
think he could have been on the 212 stage, man. He had the proportions
Oh,
to be a
absolutely.
really good
I,
212 guy.
I never, I didn't appreciate, I didn't like him being a classic. I thought always he should have been an open bodybuilder for how his proportions are. He was perfect for bodybuilding and
Oh yeah,
212, especially
exactly.
like yeah. I think he's a little bit shorter than me. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like debating whether I should be a 212 or an open, but
Yeah.
when I got my pro card, I was over 212. I was 220.
Yeah. Like Dustin, just yeah, like he's got that look, round
Yeah,
bellies, big, just bubbly muscles.
absolutely.
And,
Yeah,
and hey, you know what? Like kudos to him, man. He's got a wife now, I think, and I think he's trying to start a family. Like hell yeah, I'm
absolutely.
kind
Yeah,
of jealous of it, to be honest. But yeah, I want to pay some respects to him because he's a fucking good dude. He coached me for
yeah.
the 2017 E Cup, and that was a great look for me.
Oh, I did not
And
know that. What a
yeah,
small
yeah,
world.
yeah. He took me on for that, and we had a good time training together. And he's a good coach. And yeah, I just want to show him some respect for sure.
Right.
Definitely one of the best physiques around the Northwest when he wants to be.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely agree.
Um, yeah, there was a few other people. Let's see. You know who Ryan Mcleave is?
No.
Dude, he got like third at USA's this year. He just missed his pro card. He owns a healthy food restaurant up in like Puyallup, Tacoma area.
Huh.
He doesn't look great in his off seasons, but like when he gets lean, it all comes together. I believe. Okay, yeah, this is USA's. I believe he got third or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, he's got big legs,
His,
big.
I remember the guy who won the overall when we weren't doing the E Cup. He beat me when I did. I was very sore about that loss.
Oh,
Steve
Ryan
Th-
did.
Steve Dyer.
Oh, Steve there. Oh boy, yeah, that's another fucking subject we could go on about. Look at that side chest, dude. That's nasty. That is a good fucking side chest.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's clean.
The
That's
thing about
clean.
the Ryan is like when he gets fluffy in the off season, which fucking we all do sometimes, and but when he pulls it in, it's like his arms are huge, his legs are huge, big chest, big delts, like just a
Pops
little bit
like
more
crazy.
refinement, like you said, and he's right there, dude. And I think he's another guy that could be maybe
Is he a
he's
pro?
no, he got like third at USA's this year. He's not quite a pro.
He's competing at the heavyweight. That's
Look at that fucking most muscular, bro. You know what? I might have to put Ryan in that 3 spot, man.
yeah, he's dense.
He's big, dude. He's pro big. Um, you and Ryan, I'm just gonna put you and Ryan are tied for my 3rd. How about that? Got way better condition. He's just a little more bubbly, you know.
How tall is he?
Um, I want to say about 5'6", 5'7", if I had to guess.
Okay, it's about my
His
height.
wife, his wife's actually a really nice lady. She's from the Aberdeen, the same town I'm from.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
nice.
cool. They own the Muscle Maker Grill up there in like Puyallup.
Oh, that's really
So they're
cool.
in, they're they're in the industry too. They're making it, chilling. Yeah, thick dude, big cast. Doesn't really. He's not missing anything.
No, he's huge. Yeah,
Just needs to be slightly better. I mean, or just show
absolutely,
up and keep showing up. You know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely.
Uh, yeah. I showed I had John on last week. I'm sure you listened to a little bit to the podcast.
Yeah,
He is he's improved tremendously. A couple years ago, he was kind of just beating around the bush and struggling with his physique and stuff, and he's really pulling it together recently.
yeah, that's a lot of work,
Him,
but
yeah, him and his wife starting a new gym up in Buckley. Buckley. It's like by Tacoma or something,
oh
and it's
wow,
really cool. It's a really nice fucking. They spent some money. He went out and dropped some real money. He saved up a shit ton of money, and him and his wife just saved up money, and now it's called the Iron Temple, or let's see,
oh that's really cool.
yeah, Iron
It's very
Temple.
nice to see like these gyms coming up in the Northwest.
Yes, yes, and
Or
I think
also
I think
you
I.
have what's her name? Hannah Hart. I think she also started a gym.
Oh,
I don't know.
nice.
I don't
Yeah,
know what's
yeah. So yeah, he's another guy. Let me look at my list. Kyle Karate. So let me just ring off some names here.
yeah.
So we got Stu Ryan, Mariano. He's got to be up there. He got second at USA's 3-4 years ago. He's making a comeback. You know Mariano?
No, I mean I need to see a photo.
Okay, I'll bring him up. Just one second. Mariano, big freaking Neil. I just know that's his Instagram name. He won the Emerald Cup this year. Really hard, grainy physique. Boom. All right. Once again, we got knocked off there real quick, and we're gonna finish this off. Probably about 5 more minutes. We were talking about the best in the Northwest. We came up with about 4 people. You've heard.
There's one guy, I cannot remember his name. He did the Night of Champions. He won the overall at the Night of Champions. Very, very big dude.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
dude, that's Mariano. That's He beat me. Maybe you're thinking of somebody else. Let me pull him up. Because
he
we
has like
both.
a bad
What's that?
acne over his back.
Okay, that's not him. That's not him. We're thinking of people then. I don't think Mariano's ever had acne. If I remember, let me pull. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, and then the other 2 guys were Big Ferg and Collin Muller. Do you know who Collin Muller is?
I think that's the guy, Muller. I think.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay, is he shorter?
no. He's tall. He's super heavy.
Okay, then it's definitely it's not Muller then. Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
Copy. Go ahead and paste that in here. Yeah, so I'll pull up. So Big Ferg, he's a new guy, and this dude, he's tall, so he's taking him some time to fill out his frame. But
Yeah.
this dude is like ridiculously strong. He did. Can you see that the Instagram?
No.
Okay, it's not popping up on your screen. IG. Okay. Weird. Let's go back. Oh, it's because it's a video. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I was on the video. That is why. Let's bring up, since it's on the top of my head, Big Fur, my buddy. Big Fur Games. Can you? Let's see. 1 sec. Does it show up now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Big Fur. He's from Tacoma, and he did nationals with me this year. and he's a freak, man. He is a freak, bro. He competed at like 265. He's like 6'2", so he's kind of tall.
Yeah.
This is his qualifying show. But this dude legit, I'm not gonna click on his videos because it won't play, and I don't want it to fuck it up. But he's the strongest dude I know. I mean, I'm talking like 500 on incline for like 4 or 5 reps,
No way.
405 on incline for like 12 clean,
That's insane.
six plates for 10 on squat, and he's 6'2", bro. I mean, just ridiculous fucking numbers. He can hang with the
That's
best of
crazy.
them when it comes to strength. He can hang with the best of them. He's got time to fill out those legs because he's super tall.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
but he kind of brought it together at nationals. Of course, me. So at nationals, there was 33 supers, bro. It was wild.
Yeah.
And like literally 28 of them were like fantastic.
Oh no,
um,
that nationals is always like it's packed.
yeah, and so look at his side chest. That's all that heavy weight is building some fucking density there. So anyways, third call out, me, him, and a couple other of our buddies got in the third call out, and I was right in the center of the third call out, and I think he
Oh,
was next
nice.
to me, which was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, we all tied for 16th because, I mean, there was 33 guys. If they would have placed everybody, I would have been like 16th, 17th. But of
Yeah, yeah,
course,
yeah.
once you get to 16th, you're 16th, and everyone fucking ties. So, um,
Exactly.
and then I did decent at North Americans. I was 8th, so I was more happy with that. But anyways, Big Ferg is a fucking beast, man. I want to show him some love. He's an up and comer. He's only done 3 shows, but just an absolute monster in the gym.
Oh yeah, he's massive.
And he's a mammoth of a human too. He's just a unit.
Looks more like a strongman than a bodybuilder here.
I mean, look at him like in Hunter. Like I'm like Jesus, bro.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit. God damn.
He is a big boy. I mean, just he's whatever his Viking genetics are. I don't know what his genetics are. Good dude though, really nice guy. He's like an iron worker up here in Seattle. Trains at Tacoma Barbell Club. So a couple
Yeah.
more here. Couple more. I got to give Collin some love because he did. There he is. Nationals this year, and I think he worked with Chris Tuttle. Oh shit, this is a fucking video. He worked with Chris Tuttle
Oh,
and
there
he
you
got like
go.
third. This is Collin Muller.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
You
No,
recognize him?
no, not at all.
Yeah, dude. His only knock is his back is behind, but I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
our back are behind. He looked great at fucking nationals this year, and like I said,
Sure.
he just missed his pro card.
It just sucks with the tattoos. A lot of tattoos kind of
I mean,
takes away from the physique.
I remember his back looking kind of weak, but this is a good job for him actually, just in this
Yeah.
angle. I mean, mainly his lower body looks great. I mean, yeah,
Oh,
like
dude,
just
yeah. No, he's peeled. He's conditioned for sure.
but he's bubbly too. He's very bubbly. So I mean,
Yeah.
this guy's right up there with that. There's like 3 or 4 guys that like us that are tied right around that 3rd to 6th spot. You know what I mean? It's tough to
Yeah.
really.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could throw me in there, you could throw you in there, you could throw him in there. We all kind of bring a little bit something different to the table. You know what I mean? Jerry's fucking
Absolutely.
awesome too. Um, and then so Big Ferg. Oh yeah, Mariano. He's the last one I wanted to show you, and then we'll probably call it because I think we're up to about an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
This is my boy. This is one of my. He did the E Cup. Did he do it the year we did it? I think so. I know he did it in 2018. He actually beat me because
Ah,
17 I won the heavies, and then 18 I actually got second in
yeah.
the heavies. Super disappointed. I kind of threw a little bit of a fit too. That's a whole
17,
nother fucking
17,
story.
you lost the overall to Steve.
Yeah, no, that was 17 was I lost the overall to Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 18 I didn't make the overall. Mariano beat me, and rightfully so. That was the year that Matt Porter won, and he beat Mariano.
Oh,
Somehow he beat Mariano. So Mariano is an absolute beast. A couple of years ago, Mariano was Stu. He was the best up and comer guy, and he just had some personal stuff that came up, and
Oh, I see. I see.
he's
There's
coming back
taking a
now.
picture, I think.
He's Hawaiian, obviously the Hawaiian beast, super
Yeah.
aesthetic, bubbly, great arms.
Oh, yeah.
He got
Absolutely.
he
Low
just
weight.
missed. Yeah, he just missed his pro card in, I think it was the 2021 USA's. He got second in the heavyweight class. And like, I remember Boston Lloyd did a review on that USA's, and he was ranting and raving like Mariano should have won. Like he realistically should have won his pro card. He kind of just got a rough call. But I mean, his back's fucking nasty. Mariano's not, because honestly, he struggles to get in condition. And I think that's pretty typical with Islanders, like Hawaiians, Samoans.
Yeah.
They carry a lot of muscle and they're fucking super strong, but I just think it's harder for them to get lean. I honestly do.
I think getting lean is just, it tends to be discipline and dieting.
Yep. Yep. I don't want to make any excuses. You're right. You're right.
It's like, sure, some people have it harder to get leaner, but at the end of the day, if you want to get lean, we all know what you need to be doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I want to show some love to Mariano. He's working with I can't remember what's coach. He's a pretty high-end coach, and he's making his return probably later this year. So look out for him. He's another guy, like I said, you could throw right into that mix of the 3 to 7th best,
Absolutely.
But I remember, I feel like such a dummy though. A couple of years ago, like we were at the gym. It was right before I moved down. It was kind of when Mariano was still doing really well and Stu was on the come up.
Yeah.
And I remember me and Ryan got in a fucking argument over who was better, Mariano or Stu. And
Ryan
at the time, Mariano, I mean, it was close, but then like within a couple months, I was like, all right, Ryan, like, yeah. I think like 6 months later, Stu won the fucking USA's, and I was like, okay, Ryan, you were fucking right.
Yeah.
He's a lot better than
Stu is hungry, man. Stu is hungry, and it shows.
A lot better than not a lot better than Stu, but a lot better than Hawaiian beat Mariano. Yeah, Stu's better, but I mean, Mariano has that potential. He just needs to fulfill it.
Absolutely. It's the discipline.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why Stu is very good. It's because he's disciplined and he's hungry.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Discipline, hungry, all that stuff. Yep. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that we can show a little bit of love for the last couple of minutes here. Oh yeah, I got it.
Your coach, Tim.
Oh yes, gosh, how could I forget the Godfather? I call him the Godfather. You know what I mean? Let's bring him up, dude. Tim just had his 48th birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday. And which is fucking incredible, man. Are you kidding me? 48 years old.
He's
open overalls at 48 years old. And look at those legs. How many guys at 48 have fucking legs like that? Not too many.
No, dude, no way.
Yeah, you know Tim as well as I do too. He fucking trains hard.
Oh, he does. He does. I trained with him a couple of times too. Like he puts in work.
There's no like I'm in my late 40s. I'm gonna take it easy. Take weights on.
No. He's the type of guy. He doesn't put on like excuses or anything like that.
Like if you're squatting 5 plates, he's gonna give it a gun.
He's
like,
gonna do it too. Yeah. Oh no, he's competitive for sure. He's not gonna let you go. He's not gonna let you beat him easily.
Yep, he inspires me. I'm 37 now, so like he inspires me to like, man, we got a lot of time left. We got a lot of time left. It's never too late.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he has the O'Malley's gym, which is like one of the best also in the Northwest as a gym, as a culture. It's really nice to have that kind of support over there too as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know 2 more people. 2 more. They just popped in my head. Obviously, Dylan. Dylan is a freak that hasn't competed in a while. So we'll give him love real quick. And then
and Zach.
Yes, that was exactly. You read my mind. That was the other one that showed up there. Zach, I thought should have won the Emerald Cup this year, but it was a close call. He lost by like a couple votes. The guy I was speaking about earlier, big freaking Niel, beat him. He was just a little harder, but this dude has one of the wild, like that is literally one of the most wild front last spreads. in the
Oh,
world,
absolutely.
in the
Absolutely.
world. So, man,
Definitely.
we're just kind of waiting for him to get back on stage right now. He's taking like 2 or 3 years off. He's
Now
a
look at that.
perfectionist, man.
Look at that quad just hang out.
I know. This guy's Mr. Olympia type, and not like I'm saying win it, but like make it to the Mr. Olympia type genetics.
Absolutely.
Um,
Well, is he a light heavy or?
so he's like, I keep telling him, man, like go compete, like get out there. You look incredible. Like you could win your pro card. He's just one of those guys who's like, no, I got to get better. I got to get better. And it's like, sometimes I think it'll
Yeah, you
probably
just
serve
gotta
him
do it.
well. But I think there's
Absolutely.
some merit to competing at least once a year, at least once every year and a half, for me at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It depends on your goals and where you're at. But
Yeah.
absolutely. What is his weight class though?
Oh, so I think when he won the Northwest here, he was light heavy. So he was like
Okay.
195, 190 or something like that.
He's very short, isn't he? Or how tall is
Yeah,
he?
very short and thick. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Probably
yeah.
5'5". Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Phenomenal physique though, for sure. That's a really old pick. Um, yeah, great look. So yeah, real quick, our last guy we're gonna show some love to, my buddy Zach. Zach is
Very
such a
hard working too. Very, very
yeah,
good work.
and such a sweetheart of a dude, and just a
Oh,
big
dude,
gentle
he's
giant, you know.
yeah.
And then also, let's see, what's his Instagram name? Zach. I guess he was
King
just on.
King Mapes,
Oh yeah,
something like
Mapes. There we go. Yep, Mapes. Forgot his last name for a second. There he is. Whoops.
there you go.
So yeah, I'll get him. Oh, it just popped up. There we go. If we want to talk about strength, this guy is up there with Big
Ryan?
Ferg, like I was talking about earlier.
No way.
Yeah, dude, Zach. Maybe not as strong as Big Ferg, but Zach is abnormally fucking freakishly strong. So I asked him like last year, I said, holy shit, his back has gotten so good.
Oh
Um,
no, he's putting in work. He's doing improvements year
yeah,
after year.
great genetics too. Um, what was I what was I just saying? I can't remember.
Strength, strength, strength.
Oh, strength. Yes, thank you. He might not be quite as strong as Big Ferg, but I asked him, this is right after his Emerald Cup win, looking great.
Oh hell yeah, that's a good
Um,
picture right there.
so I asked him, like, who's the strongest guy in O'Malley's? And at first he said Ryan. Then he thought about it. He said Ryan and Stu, but then he thought about it. And he was like, actually, Zach's quite a bit stronger than both of them. And I just thought that was
Really?
fucking mind blowing.
Really? He's stronger than Stu? Stu is very fucking strong.
I know. I should ask Tim again. Like, are you sure he's stronger than Stu? Like, you see some of these weights he's messing with.
Like
I'm
because
sure
I
they're
train with Stu. I've trained with Stu a lot, and usually I can keep up, like I can keep up with Ryan. Stu is just like another level,
pretty
man.
good. Yeah. Maybe he was because Stu had left O'Malley's by that time, so maybe he was excluding Stu from that conversation and just speaking about
Probably.
Ryan.
Ryan is very, very strong. It's like very, very hard
Oh,
to keep up
dude,
with.
freakishly strong. Did you see him shoulder press the 170s the other day?
Yes, I know. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Like, dude, I can't even fucking get those up to even get him on a fucking bench press, let alone like, goddamn, wild.
Absolutely. But with great strengths come great physique.
Exactly, man. But yeah, I want to give it up to Zach. He won the heavyweight wait. Yeah, he won
Yeah, heavyweight.
heavies.
Heavyweight,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was just right under 225. And you know
Absolutely.
what? A lot of us thought he should have won the overall. I'll show Big Freaking Neil real quick before we end this call. I'll show the guy that beat him.
Oh yeah.
Um, Zach just was more bubbly. He seemed almost as conditioned. He was just more bubbly, had a better back. But Neil, not the prettiest physique in the world, but man, he gets fucking hard and nasty, and that's his calling card. I'll bring Neil up. So Neil won the Emerald Cup. So we got Stu that won it, and then me, and then Neil the last 3 years. So I'm wonder who's going to win it this year. But let's bring him up. Big freaking Neil. I know that's his name. Last guy here. There he is. So this guy trains up at the same. Holy shit! What is going on here? That's not what I meant to click on. I was like some boobs there for a second. Yeah, so he went and did the USA after the Emerald Cup this year, and he got top 5. And I don't want to take anything away from him, but there was like 8 dudes and like 5 good bodybuilders. So not taking absolutely nothing away from Niel because he's fucking hard as nails, works his ass off, and he earned a top 5.
Legs needs to come up a little bit more. That's definitely
his legs and arms need to come up. He's what I respect him because he's just done the most with what he's got.
Absolutely.
Not the prettiest physique, not the most round, but like just hard and grainy. He's got that white guy graininess, you know?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I wanted to show some respect to him. Like, oh shit, this is a video. He gets really dry in the glutes and hams, as you can see here. Like, you know, just not the prettiest physique in the world, you know, but respect to the man for working hard, beating people that are more gifted per se, but just coming in nasty and hard, and that's what he's got to do. As you can see there, you know, hard glutes, good back, dense. Definitely up and comer, man. I need to have him on the podcast soon. He's already doing a podcast up there in Seattle. I've checked out their podcast. It's pretty cool. It's like him and a couple, like a bikini chick and like a physique guy. So it's a little different. It's not like kind of our taste.
Yeah.
But I'd give him a listen or two, just, you know, here and there. But yeah, Niel's great, man. I'll have to ask him what his plans are coming up. But yeah, he's another guy I want to mention. And if there's anybody that we forgot, I'm sure we'll think of it and we'll mention it on the next podcast. But man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. We spent almost 2 hours.
It's good. It's good to talk to you, man.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you, man. Like I said, we've known each other since 2017 and just kind of followed each other's careers. We've trained for one. It's on my YouTube page if you want to check it out. It was a sick leg workout. And I want to say that Abdulla's fucking glutes were poking through his tights as we were doing the what is it? Not the glute not the glute hamstring. What?
The standing hamstring curl, was it?
No, the fucking rogue thing, like the swinging hamstring, not the glute ham raise, but the reverse hyper.
Oh yeah, reverse hyper.
So yeah, we're doing the reverse hyper, and I'm filming, and I look down, and his fucking glutes are blasting through his tights. I was like, oh my God, dude, this is superb right here. This is good. Like the muscularity in your glutes and hams is phenomenal, bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
I give credit to the Stairmaster to that. No.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. Let me bump out of this real quick. See if it goes back. Anyways, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. I should have these in about a day. Keep training hard. It's always good to hear from you. Next time you come, we're definitely gonna fucking train, chill, shoot some videos and stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. It's good to hear from you. Take care, all right?
Likewise, man. Stay good, my friend.
You too, man. Good talking to you.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.